I'm Dan Carlson, one half of this fiasco,
I'm John Cadolf, the other half of Two Kept Men.
and we are here for
Shudder Club.
yes. We're reviewing the 2017 film Housewife.
Housewife.
You're a big fan of Lovecraft. I mean, we're both big fans of Lovecraft, but you're the expert. So,
I don't know about expert, but
well, you're the more fueled enthusiast.
yeah,
So
yeah.
let's hear your take on this very Lovecraftian film.
The movie is about a woman
Who pees in the tub.
No, she doesn't pee in the tub. She pees in a sink.
She pees in the tub too.
She does?
She hovers over the tub and pees into the tub instead of the
Oh,
toilet.
I don't remember her peeing in the tub.
She peed in
I
the
remember
tub.
her peeing in the sink, but
She peed in the tub and then she peed in the sink.
oh, okay. Well, either way, not being the main focus of the film,
It was my main focus. It starts with this girl, these children, and their abusive mother, and the abusive mother finds out that one of the girls has reached puberty, and punishes her by drowning her in the bath in the toilet.
In the toilet.
And then later the other girl grows up and she's now afraid of toilets.
Well,
so
she
pees in the tub and in the sink and probably other places that they don't show.
Yeah, which we've covered bountifully now.
I just want people to know what they're in for.
Yeah. Don't forget, she pees in the sink and in the tub. That's the most important thing to Dan about this film.
Drinking game. Take a drink every time she pees in a sink or a tub.
or get really drunk and take a drink every time Dan mentions it.
Yes.
So this movie is about a woman who had a very traumatic childhood, as Dan has described, and who was also her mother tried to kill her, and the father got home, tried to stop her, and then was killed by the wife. So now later in life,
very gorily.
Yes. Now later in life, she is struggling to kind of fit into normal society and do kind of normal things with people. She meets with her friends, finds out that there's going to be this cult leader in town who mysteriously her friends have all heard about, and they all want to go check him out, which is kind of odd because
it's odd because they're not in the cult and they're kind of looking at it from a hipster kind of thing where they're, hey, let's go to the cult gathering kind of thing. Not really interested in what he's teaching or anything like that. They just kind of want to go there to see it.
Yeah, and it just so happens that that the main protagonist and her boyfriend or husband, possibly.
It seems to me like they were previously in a poly relationship, and
that's what I was getting at.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to make a little button for you, so every time you want to interrupt me, you can just press the button.
I'm sorry, this movie made such a strange impression that like things are just not coming to me in sequential order.
I'm going to make it's going to light up a little light on my screen that says Dan in 3, 2, 1, and then I'll just stop talking.
Okay.
Or I'll write little notes for myself so I don't forget where I was going to leave off.
Back to correspondent John.
They were in a relationship with somebody who then disappeared. Just so happens that the girl that they were in a polycule with.
Wait. Okay, so I'm a supporter and everything like that, but I've never heard that phrase before. A polycule.
A polycule. It's the people that are in your poly group. And it just so happens that she just disappeared, and she disappeared because she joined that cult, and they haven't heard from her in a couple of years. and then our main protagonist. What the hell's her name?
I don't know.
You
The,
should know these things.
well, I mean, it was late and the movie was weird.
Yeah, I think I
I was
watched
trying
it.
to I was trying to get my bearings.
Well,
um,
anyway, what happens is she dreams about things, and these dreams are extremely real. Well, she dreams about the girl showing back up again, and then bad things happening. Well, the girl then was showing up while she was dreaming this stuff, and she wants to come and talk to her. So she, tells her, "You have to come to this cult meeting with me. I'm a member of the family, and you have to be there." And then she goes, and all kinds of weird shit starts happening. Like the main dude of the cult is like in his room doing like aikido naked or something like that, and they watch him do that, I guess, for a while until
this cult leader is he's not kind of like one of the crazy looking Manson type dudes. He's more charismatic. He looks kind of like a self help author.
yeah, like he kind of reminds me of all things Tom Cruise. So yeah, so then series of events, they end up going to the cult meeting, and the cult leader goes down and analyzes her dreams, or enters her dreams, sees that she's hurting, and then um uh and then you start realizing slowly but surely that the bigger picture is that this was all destined, and that the main protagonist is a specific chosen target by the cult leader, who is being driven by an elder god, basically.
And he does kind of for a while there. It seems like he is infiltrating her mind with the what appears to be the purpose of helping her heal some trauma. That
Right, and
that
introduces into her mind the proposal that she actually killed her sister instead
yeah.
of her mom actually killing her sister. So she's creating all this doubt and problems in her mind. But the cult leader even seems to commune with this elder god at times, where just talking to him, and then the voice of the elder god also comes out of his mouth. Not with a changed voice, but just you know speaking both parts of that conversation. And you wonder if he's just nuts or not. But then this whole sequence occurs that is extremely gory, where there's a whole lot of rigmarole that occurs during the course of the film, and that contributes to the what would you say?
I know there's a lot of rigmarole, which made me originally feel like I didn't like the movie. There was I've always said, like that sort of confusion, that the dreamlike confusion that some movies try to emulate.
Yeah,
You can either do it really well, like Wes Craven, David Lynch, Jacob's Ladder, things like that, or it just becomes a crutch when you're not able to tell a really good story, to just kind of jump between images.
yeah.
And I
And
felt
I don't
for a
know if
long
this
time
one
it was doing
seemed
that.
seemed like it was necessarily a crutch. As it was more like a friendly figure, kind of supporting you by holding your arm while you walk down a flight of stairs that has stones and pebbles and marbles on it.
Well, I did rethink my opinion, but that was my original reaction.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so this whole thing, through her dreams, through him placing more horrible dreams into her, it gets culminated in this thing where the friend takes her to see the dude, and then her friend kind of flips out because she realizes that she's about to be a sacrifice. That whole thing occurs, and then he taps her stomach. She becomes pregnant instantly,
Mhm.
over about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then gives
Well,
a
the baby
very,
needs a little time to grow.
yeah, and then has, gives a very gory birth. And during that whole time, cult dude is over there cutting her girlfriend's face off and putting it on.
Yeah,
And
that to me felt like just there for the gore. I didn't
well, yeah, it
feel.
was kind of an aside. It was like, okay, well, and I tried to justify it somehow by thinking of a way that a cult could explain why he did that, or why it was important for him to do that. But I saw it more like the episode from The Office where Dwight Schrute assaults the CPR dummy, cuts its face off, and then wears it, and then starts quoting lines from Silence of the Lambs. and
Yeah, but this guy didn't quote any lines. He just.
No, but that's what I mean, is that it just kind of gave me that same feeling, like it wasn't unnecessary. But then he goes and like cuts off a large part of her back skin and provides it as swaddling for the child, which comes out and looks like its arms and legs are more like tentacles than arms and legs.
I'd like to say that I'll give the clothes off my back to a lot of people, but I won't give the back off my back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's not something I would do either. But and so they swaddle this hybrid baby in the skin off of her best friend's back,
Yeah.
and then they go outside and they realize that there are giant tentacles and stuff coming from the heavens. And personally, I believe that is probably Azathoth, although he's so incredibly large. I don't. It's one of those things. You just have to kind of figure out what, it could have been Yog Sothoth or something like that too. But anyway,
So you think it was very specifically meant to be a Lovecraftian old one?
oh yeah, I really think that this was like
Not not not.
a definite point at this is a Lovecraftian old one, and that he's really a Cthulhu cultist, a Cthulhu cult leader, and um, then offers this baby up to this elder god at the very end, and she's real happy about it.
Yeah, and what I told you in the conversation we had on the phone is that like the movie I want to see is the movie where it begins where there's tentacles in the sky and everything's fucked up and somebody's swaddling a baby with someone's back skin. I want to be plunged into that image at the beginning of the movie and
Yeah,
and not see another origin story. We've seen a lot of Lovecraftian origin stories. I want to see the full um you know
you want to see the aftermath. You
I
want to
want to
see
see
the
the
actual
aftermath.
the actual Cthulian apocalypse.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to see that as well. I mean, that's
It's
by
hard
and
to
large,
do on a $2 million budget, I'm sure, or whatever this
right.
was.
Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty low, but well made, but low.
Yeah, good use of their funds, it looks like.
Yeah, very. Um, and but if we were to see an actual Lovecraftian apocalypse, by and large, what we'd be looking at is uh, the content of
Hellbound,
a
Hellraiser 2.
very well thought out Call of Cthulhu tabletop role playing game.
Oh, okay.
That's a definite way that a person could come to uh, a sense of what it would be like, is if you had a really good person running the
So,
game and
yeah.
making a really good scenario of the apocalypse. So
So
yeah,
it's probably not fair to judge this movie on what I want it to be. I guess we should judge it on what's there.
yeah,
Um, it's short, so you can't really say it's boring. Although, I mean, I was a little bored, but I watched it at like 1:30 in the morning. So
yeah, me too.
I'm gonna put it off on that. It's not the movie's fault.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
thought it was pretty spectacular, actually. I thought the
um,
acting was pretty high grade.
Mhm.
I thought the story was good. I think that they took a few uh, directions that perhaps were
I
unneeded, or
did.
you know.
I didn't see the ending coming. I'll give it that.
Oh, I saw it. I
Oh,
knew it was going to be something like that. I didn't know it was going to be as grandiose as having an elder god. I mean, this literally, this little cult that gained popularity over a decade or two, um, brought about the apocalypse of the earth. And yeah, it's really, I love seeing that kind of
so
ending where it's the beginning of no hope. It's the beginning of the end.
that's those are the kind of movies you love, the ones that end with no hope.
Yeah, like The Mist.
The Mist, Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box.
Yeah.
um, I guess press play.
I say press play.
It's not really a strong press play for me. I didn't love it, but
Well, I wasn't in love with it.
no.
I still think it's really, if you are a
If you like
fan of
gore,
Cthulhu.
it's a good little monster. It's not really a full on monster movie, but there's monsters and there's gore and there's enough crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah. If you're a fan of Cthulhu Mythos, or Call of Cthulhu the game, or not the video game necessarily, I mean the tabletop role playing game,
Mm.
um, or H.P. Lovecraft in general, I think this is a definite must see. This is right as far as story goes. It's a weird tale.